Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Rarite, and we are going to start with a very important question that you may want to answer in the comments if possible. So, I think like we're getting closer and closer to the end of Rarite, so that means that a new big series is supposed to happen on the channel, like a new tournament. So leave in the comments your suggestions for what I should play next. So it may have a chance to actually get to be played next time. And also, there's other possibility. I can go straight to Harvest Festa. So let me know in the comments, what would you like? Me going to Harvest Festa, or having something else for now, and we're going to do Harvest Festa somewhere in between at some point on the channel, you know? Like, some kind of like middle series. So yeah, that's that. So let me know in the comments what's your thoughts, and yeah, I will just go and start what seems to be a Terra road. So let's go. Oh wow. Okay. So I guess the moon flashed because it's the power that went to the earth. Okay. The reflection, huh? In the water. Okay, that was a cool transition. So the live happened, huh? So Kagari sent a completed Fury to Earth. Let's see how the ultimate timeline looks like.
道には子供の頭ほどもある石が平気で転がっている。
Okay.
誰もどかそうとしないし、できもしない。そいつを踏むと、とんでもない衝撃が車体を縦に貫く。最初は心臓が止まるかと思ったが、今ではなんてこともない。今しがた踏んづけた石が後方に切りもみしながら弾き飛ばされるのが見えた。目をそらす。石は血でどす黒く、かつて何に使用されたのかなど考えたくもない。
What kind of fury is that?
視線を分厚い防弾ガラスの向こうに向ける。
Oh, bulletproof glass. What the hell is happening?
殺伐とした荒野から赤茶けた写真が湯気のように立ち、
How is that a solution for a better world? What the fuck is
こ
happening?
の赤い荒野は環境破壊の結果できたのだと聞いた。
Environmental destruction. We wanted to
人の血を
avoid this.
そうなったと言われても信じることができた。事実、大勢が荒野で殺されている。
Okay, Kagari, what the hell was your plan with this?
思考が寸断され、不意に自分が何者なのかを見失う。ここはかつての日常から
Okay, so you do have memories from the previous lives, like from previous furies. Okay, so you have the same consciousness that was on the moon.
一体何をしている。すぐに現実に引き戻される。俺たちの車は危険地帯を絶賛走行中だった。旧式の軍用車両、防弾性能も最高。
Okay,
乗り心地は輪をかけて最悪だ。
not even bulletproof.
最初の頃は乗るたびに体調を崩した。俺はそんな土地で銃を手にして、
Okay, I have so many questions. Why Kotaro is on war? What? Environmental destruction? That was what we wanted to avoid. So, oh, what the hell? Oh, this is like, oh, it's orange because it's a new Fury. Oh, it's like totally new branch. Oh! It looks just like... Yo! It looks just like the 1,000 years in the future that Guardian said it will look. Okay, also, it's a big window this time. Okay, that's different. Okay, How is this saving humanity? What? Okay, guess we're going to just trust Kagari because apparently that's the solution for whatever reasons. Yo, what? Okay, that's unexpected.
大丈夫か
Luis, okay. Luis is beside me. He greets me in stilted English. He's a tanned guy with a strong, defined face, 25 years old. In stark contrast to the rest of his features, his eyes shine with life and warmth. He's about a full head taller than me, on the lanky side. And he's someone hard to come by, a friend. I've never seen him hit his head against the car though.
平気、俺、石頭。
OK
Luis hails from Brazil, I from Japan. We speak to each other in English. Both of us are terrible at it. Our sporadic conversation tends to be simpler and disjointed.
なあ仕事終わったら酒
He's going to die.
俺、飲めないって。
もう大人なのにか
酔えないから好きじゃない。
Okay, so you are still a superhuman, even in this reality. Okay.
気分楽しめ
飯出るなら。
決まり
We do a little fist bump, that settles it.
うるさいぞ
From the car's passenger seat, an exasperated voice snaps eyes out of it. He's our squad
すみ
captain.
ません。
ごめんなさい
The captain clicks his tongue at our defiance and faces forward. Lois can't hold back his laughter and slaps me on the shoulder.
の匂いがします
The man driving us remarks.
何かありそうか何もないが路肩が焦げてえぐれてる地雷ですか地雷は土の色でわかるだが警戒は怠らないでくれ道を外れればそっちの方が危険だそれこそどこに何があるかわからん
With peacekeeping forces stationed inside the town, it's still fairly safe. What kind of war is happening here? Who against who? The one step outside, though, the one who knows what could attack you. Our group is no exception, despite being armed. The road is dotted with gouges in the ground, like giant insect bites. They're all craters from explosions. This is one and only road connecting the town to the outside. Okay, so we have like a single, like, or like maybe not single, but like towns are like separated with like walls or something from outside world. This is like, it seems like it's like post-apocalyptic world. So any really goods or personnel have to take this path. That's why we have to protect this road with our lives. It's an extremely dangerous mission. None of the country's peacekeeping detachments were willing to step up. Okay. And so, the buck gets passed to the private military contractors like us to get the job done. But even among our kind, we are a pretty special type. Lois points at something.
残骸だ
A few hundred meters ahead lies the wreckage of a car. It's right by the side of the road. The captain relays instructions to the lead car to stay on guard. Sometimes they rigged with explosives, sometimes an ambush is waiting. The lead car carries 4 people specifically selected for the resistance to fire. Oh. So more people have like superpowers, so like kind of like Guardian whole thing is still like a thing. Okay. So I still have superhumans in general. I expected, like, I guess, like Kotaro having superpower would make sense, I guess, because he's, like, main part of the Fury that Kagari made. And he seems to have a memories, right? I thought, like, maybe she would, like, get rid of superhumans in general, outside of Kotaro, but no. It's like, there's still a thing. Okay. It decelerates as it passes by the wreckage. Nothing. With one source of danger having passed, the tension in the car lightens up a little. 2 people have already died this month because of explosive booby traps.
生き延びたか。
Sweat glistens on my gun-wielding hand. I wipe it on my shirt. The high-caliber assault rifle handed to me has yet to claim any lives. Neither has my trigger finger. I've gone through my training. My hands are familiar with emotions. When it comes to actual intent to kill though, I'm still unsure. Deep down, I'm still Japanese at heart. Though I pray that we don't get caught in any raids, I've never given it any thought beyond that. Okay. When it comes down to it, I have to pull the trigger without hesitation. For my own sake. Or maybe for the sake of the world.
そんな動機じゃな。
We approach the intersection. This is as far as our patrol takes.
おい、新入り。
もうだいぶ経つんですけど。
うるさい。確認しろ。
A car rapidly approaches from intersecting road. Being the closest to it, it falls to me to check it out. There's two passengers, including one in the front passenger seat. Their faces are covered, so I can't see them. The car itself, it seems familiar yet not. It looks weird. Lois bends forward to see. A multinational car, what the fuck is that?
あのボロが国連安保理の決議を受けて走っているとはな。
Okay.
違う。いろんな車のパーツ寄せ集め。
Oh. Stolen or cheaply purchased junk cars are often used to suicide bomb vehicles. Apart from the driver, everyone in the car has their gun at the ready.
撃つか？後ろに新たな後続車両の一段接近。
Oh. The tension grows thicker. If the terrorists have mixed in with civilian cars coming from the capital, that's going to be big trouble.
加速して近寄る素振りを見せた車をテロリストとみなす。了解。
A decision is unthinkable, but there's inevitability here or else we die. Oh, so they just assume that this is going to be the terrorist car. Oh my god, yo. What happened here? How is this world better? What? How is this making everyone's, like, humanity survive? Is it because, like, they're just, like, forced to protect each other? And they are, like, compacted into, like, smaller communities instead of, like, being on the whole planet? So they take much less resources? But they said, like, the environment, like, is gone, right? In the beginning. Like, you can even see, like, environmental destruction happened. So what the hell? The vehicle in question does not approach us.
2つ隣の車線で減速しろ。
Maybe the environmental thing was, like, actually a thing you could not avoid. So after the destruction of our environment, you could create an environment where humans could survive. After, like, cataclysm, basically. So they can survive in these conditions, in harsh conditions like that. But they would not be able to survive if they, like, just be on the planet in general. Because of lack of resources. But this kind of forces them to, like, be more careful with everything. Ah. Interesting. Our car slows suddenly, as if emergency braking were engaged. Reckless driving, really. The car drives by next to us, no suspicious behavior.
通り過ぎた。
減速したら注意してくれ。後続車両は？新入り、お前の位置から見るん。
すいません。
My English comprehension is terrible, so stuff like this sometimes slips by. I train my eyes on the cars that are behind it. I determine whenever a car is suspicious based on the occupants. It's pretty easy to distinguish whenever they are local terrorists or a bunch of foreigners. Anyone with a trimmed beard, neat clothing and skin that isn't heavily tanned is definitely a foreigner. There are males in both the driver and passenger seats. Both of them are hiding their faces.
トラック危険。
Okay. I spot a pickup truck approaching at the unnatural speed. The car picks up speed in an instant. It's about the same time that the tarp covering the rear of the approaching pickup flies off, exposing a group of armed men riding on the back. The terrorists have lost the element of surprise, but they still let loose a volley of gunfire. That's the considerable distance between us. Not to mention how they keep getting in the way of each other while trying to move. The bullets don't even graze us.
抜かるな
The command vehicle that we're on, as well as the vehicle behind us protecting the rear, return fire at the same time.
しまうぞ
Enemy doesn't have a chance of hitting us, while we can definitely hit back. We're far more accurate than any normal person. To us, taking aim from distance with a rifle is akin to simply reaching out and grabbing something. Yeah, so you're like a bunch of superhumans. As I squeeze the trigger, I'm going to become a murderer. An eternity of thoughts follows that moment of hesitation.
小太郎きついなら
いや
I'd already resolved myself to this long ago. I wanted to stay here. I want to stay in this place. It's a pretty simple wish. Also, if you... maybe you actually don't have memories, or maybe you just don't remember actually this one thing, but in Akane Road you pretty much kinda slaughtered a lot of people already, you know? And yet, somehow I keep on failing to do that.
連鎖を断つ
I'm going to break the cycle of failure. Okay. I already decided that I would do what I need to do to obtain what I want. I see 6 heads swaying out on the back of the pickup, all of them enemies. Also 6 of us here who can shoot exactly 1 per person. A gust of wind, broiling with the burning sand, blows between the vehicles. Captain, followed by Louis, fire precise shots at the pickup truck. I follow suit. Targets, human heads collapse as if having been knocked straight to the ground. I did not expect it, like, Terra roads to be like post-Apo Warzone. What the hell? That was the first day I'd killed someone. Oh, and we just... Wait, why we go back? Oh, that was future. Oh, that's not how it started. That was the end game. What? Okay, you're not fucking with me. Yo! What? Okay. I was a pretty awkward kid. I just couldn't do things right. I was also pretty aloof. I was tossed into a crowd of random strangers and left at the mercy of hierarchy of the strong and the weak. It's not that I hated everything and everyone and everything. I simply didn't know how to blend in. That's why I never experienced opening up to anyone. I always kept to myself. The only way I could make up for it was in physique. For kids, PE class is a big deal. If I could show my abilities and I could get people to look at me, whenever I wished that I could do something, I actually felt like I could. As long as I wished for it, I was able to get the results that I wanted, yet the rarite ability seems like you have it here. When it comes to sprinting, basketball, even swimming, I beat everyone at every sport there was. I didn't even stop thinking if I was cheating. Okay, so he's very different from every other possibility. In every other possibility, he was like hiding, he didn't want to do this. Here, he had no hesitation. But I didn't get the recognition that I hoped for. One would pass by to me. Okay, they thought of you as a monster, yeah, okay. So this is like actually happening what Kotaro was afraid of in the other roads. Like he stopped being human. Like people like not recognizing him as one. Whenever I did get the ball, everyone ignored me. Some other just gave up on the match entirely. Before I knew it, I became someone that was to be avoided. Once I became the target of one of the bullies in class, he and his groupies started harassing me. It wasn't just verbal either, they got physical. He'd push me around, throw me things in the trash, and even hit me with a flying kick. My patience ran dry after just a few days. I snapped and fought back. I didn't even think of holding back. Oh god, this guy's dead. Thinking over and over about it, I could do anything. I fought at full power. That ended up with every single one of the bullies getting seriously hurt. Okay. The story made its way to the principal and their parents. Things got more complicated when it turned into a major incident. Eventually, the parents all came to a settlement. I had to transfer schools. Apparently, my parents paid half the sum for reparations too. I was also made to take an examination. That was self-defense. I mean, yeah, he beat the shit out of them, but come on. They said nothing wrong with me, but I don't really know the truth. No one told me anything. Even after changing schools, nothing changed. The parents of the bullies kept on spreading malicious rumors, which shadowed me whenever I went. Well, even if there weren't any rumors, I wasn't the kind of the guy who'd make hundreds of friends. Part of me wanted to change myself. The other held the word in contempt. Oh wow. Like the mix of the both sides in the original timelines. Original Furies, right? Change myself and change the world, huh? The two conflicting sides withered and clashing within me.
みんなも誘おうよ。おーい、ザラス行く人。行く行く。俺も行かせて。
I clearly failed to be the part of the world. And so, that's how I grew up. Okay, so we just skipped school entirely, so we never met like Kotori, Akane, and everyone else? I mean, that's what he said, right? In the, like, Moon Road. Right? In the new Fury they will never meet, because he will not lose consciousness for several years. After the accident. Like, that's what he, like, wished for, right? Like, he imprinted himself. And he thought, like, what if I will not lose my memories and be in coma for several years? So he's just simply growing, so he's going to be adult when everyone else is going to have just normal school life. You know? Ha ha ha. Okay. After a few years, even after going up a few grades levels, nothing changed. I didn't join any clubs and I had no one to hang out with. No girlfriend either. My youth was as grey and lifeless as it could get. The only thing I did was in my studies. But that's because I had nothing better to do. My grades were pretty high thanks to that. I stopped doing the same crazy stuff in PE like I had before. Frankly, I held back. Compared to the average person, I just ran a little faster, do a little harder, jumped just a little higher. That alone enough to get me exceptionally high grades in PE. The teacher seems to have a hard time dealing with me too. I cast a silent glance at the rest of the class as they enjoy a bit of banter. Mingling with that crowd carries a lot of risk. I have to break character. You blend in naturally without going too far. I make one mistake, and there's no taking that back. At the very least, not until I graduate. The hustle and bustle of break time is ceaseless. I'm the only one who isn't talking. The world is unequal, unfair, and unfriendly, I know that. I know that, but it's still frustrating. I'm not looking for someone to blame. I'm not trying to put myself down. It's just stifling, painfully suffocating. When I was that age, I was gasping for breath, like the goldfish out of water. The mere act of living felt like torture. This is such a, like, fresh air. You know, from what we read so far. Okay. This is such a fresh air from like normal rewrite playthroughs. Even like Moon felt more akin to what rewrite is. This feels like totally separate thing. I mean, not totally separate thing, but like extremely different setup. Even the Moon had like was weird and it was different, but still the setup was like roughly the same because we still worked with the Furies and the timelines that we had before. And here everything is basically just scrapped and go down as something totally new. That's actually cool and interesting. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, like, regardless of Harvest Festa and the tournament, basically, of the visual novels, I, like, mostly would prefer to start a new series after a little break and make Harvest Festa as the side project where I would just record this in my free time and upload this at some point, you know? To have a little break on Rewrite. But we'll see. I can do Harvest Festa. I don't think it's long. It's like, I don't know, like 10 hours or something, I think. So we can just continue with this, but I haven't decided yet. Oh yeah. Anyway. A church that doesn't feel very religious would be a good way to put it. Okay, so this is the Gaia. The Martel group. The altar has a simple lectern without any sort of the furnishing. The middle-aged professor is giving a lecture. There are about 200 seats lined up neatly. Both adults and children are present. There are families, students, and even the elderly. This audience listens quietly to what Professor has to say. I'm also among this audience. Japanese Martel group holds those meetings, yeah? For the truly diligent researchers, the program is offered twice a week. It takes place on the weekday night and the weekend morning. It totals up to a circulum of the 3 hours a week. You have to stay quiet the entire time, so it feels awfully long for kids. I mean, people? Humans?
環境というのは複雑なシステムです。例えば害虫が大発生したから天敵となる外来種を持ち込んだ。果たしてそれで根本的な解決になるでしょうか。
Yeah.
たとえ害虫が駆除でき
That's the
ても
problem.
今度は外来種が環境をかき乱してしまいます。そうした事情に加え人類の行う対策はどれも金銭や政治と密接に絡んでいて必ずしも治療のみをこれらの理由から人は自らの力のみによって環境問題を解決しようと思うのではなく外部的な判断環境の客観作用に委ねることが寛容であるわけです。
Objective action of environment itself. It sounds awfully close to the original Kagari and Ki role. There's a lot of children in the hall holding back their yawns. They're all just like me, brought in by their parents. The Japanese Martel group, nature conservationist organization. Right, he mentioned that his parents were the part of this group, right? Or like they were actually attending or something. They were researchers. Yeah, I kind of forgot about this. So it's the same. It got the same roots as the Magna Martel group headquarters in the Naples. The group is an NGO with over 30 million members in all over the world. It's often mistaken for the religious organization, but it isn't. It was established to support and enlighten the public about conserving the earth. Purportedly, it's a scientific foundation. And actually, the pamphlets they hand out these meetings do have some scientific substance. On the group roster is all-stars list of scientists that would surprise anyone in the know. My parents were also members of the Martel group, yeah.
10分の休憩を挟んだ後、午前
After waiting for the applause to die down, the professor gets off the stage. Okay, we're in this room again. I make a dash for the restroom. Not like I had to go pee or anything, but I just couldn't take sitting still any longer. I head out the entrance hall. The cool air feels nice and refreshing. There's also already a few other kids there too.
帰りたい。あと1時間か。
Yeah. So, at this point in time, Kotaro is a high schooler, I think, right? He graduated already and he's in high school, I think. Inside I feel the same as they do, but I don't join in the conversation. I'm alone, both at school and here. As I stare at the bulletin board I have no interest in, someone steps through the building entrance.
小太郎くん
Iko.
1時間遅刻
Okay.
そうなのこの子たちがぐずっちゃってね
Who's Iko? Miss Fukuiko. She runs a foster home called the Enishi House. Should I know this name? Is this the one that Akane is from or not? Remind me in the comments. Should I know this name? She got quite a lot of kids with her today too.
他の職員さん来てないの
そうなのよだから大変
How do you know her though?
手伝ってくれる
You're helping like as a part-time job or something?
何したらいいの
じゃあこの子をお願い
She lives with the young girl. Daddy, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do here? Like, what?
イコさん
That was like the most random hello ever. Like, what the fuck?
こっちよみんな靴は脱いでねあらあらダメよ土足
She's busy dealing with the other kids.
名前は
おとん
違うんだけど
おとん
いや俺はおとんじゃないよ天王寺小太郎
Yeah.
おとん
I'm so confused.
何歳
What the hell? Guess daddy's all she can manage.
仕方ないな
Okay. Who is this? Is this someone we know? I mean, if like this is going with the same like timeline, like we said, alright, like Kotaro is not going to be asleep in coma and he's aging normally, then he like there's like possibility that at some point at like high school or university or something he's going to meet with the cast from the original rewrite. They're going to be a few years younger than him, like there might be even in the middle school or something, you know, while he's like all adult already, because it was few years of him like stopped aging and being in coma before they met again, and basically they met at the same age at the high school, right? So maybe it's one of them. Maybe it's Akane or something. Because she was like, she said that she was like unable to speak and stuff like this in the beginning, right? But like, why she's calling him daddy and stuff? Like, what is happening? I bring her to the bench in the lobby. She sometimes trips and falls on her butt while walking, though she's fine as long as I'm holding her hand. The two of us sit by the bench for a while until break time is almost over.
あら仲良しさん
あまり話合わないんだけど
あら面白いこと言って
She giggles. That's the kind of person she is.
普段は活発すぎるくらいなんだけど
Okay.
今日は随分
Interesting change.
お兄ちゃんの隣だからかな
I really wish you'd stop it with these jokes.
俺のことおとんって
まだそれしか話せないのよ
Okay, so she's saying this to everyone, okay.
よかったら研究でも隣に座らせてあげ
いい
ありがとう人手不足でいつも一人一人面倒を見てあげることができないから小太郎
Who are you?
してくれると嬉しいな
Why do you task us with this? How do we know you? Do we know you just because you are like affiliated with the Martel group or something, probably? I'm so confused how he knows her.
名前は
私いこちゃん
Wait, I thought you know her. I'm so goddamn confused. Someone help me in the comments, please. What? So bored? My Kotaro, yeah, she knows him and you are hour late. I'm so confused what is happening. How do you know her?
じゃなくて
Okay, never mind, I should read. But anyway, how do you know her?
なんだその子の方なのその子はね千里茜
Yeah, okay, so it is Akane, okay. So this is the small Akane. Okay. So as soon as I like thought about like this could be like the orphanage that is like affiliated with the Martel group, I instantly thought of Akane. Okay. So Kotaro is in high school and everyone else is basically kids now. Okay. Yeah, so they obviously will not meet at high school and become friends and everything. They will like miss all the high school days. So Kotaro never going to be friends with any of them. And that's what he said in the beginning, right? Like at the end of the previous road. Like if he will never be in coma, then he will never spend time with everyone. And it seems like that's the answer for whatever reasons. That was the answer that Kagari took and implanted into the Fury. Martel highly values filial love. That's why anyone is welcomed here. From a single middle-aged woman to the youth who are tired of living. From lonely young ladies to the old men who'd lost hope. From kids without parents to people in grave circumstances. Even if you don't care much for saving the environment, Martel won't turn you away. There are a lot of people who've had it hard, but after joining Martel they managed to get their liveliness back. It's because the passionate interactions with people here helped them recover. Here, you are treated as the unique individual, regardless of your inherited qualities as a person. There's an interview outstage with a special guest.
それで大西博士は実際にマーシャル諸島にまで行かれたわけですね。そうなんです。海外旅費を支援してくれたので、私のような苦学生ならぬ苦学者も実地で学ぶ機会を得ることができました。水爆が環境に与えた影響がまず気になるわけですが、現時点で環境はほぼ 100% 回復しています。放射能レベルはまだゼロとは言えないですが、サンゴ礁や魚などの多様性はいかがでしたでしょう。回復しています。水爆実験の後、だいたい半世紀ほどで水爆などというと放射能が半減するまで何百年もかかるという動植物ごとに放射線耐性には差がありますし、生存できる種は天敵のいない海域にどんどん入り込んでくるわけです。マーシャルでは水爆実験の後、50年ほど住人はいませんでした。人間さえいなければ自然は急速に回復するポテンシャルを持っています。
Yeah. That was the problem. That was the whole thing. How to save humanity and the environment at the same time. Or in general, humanity. Because they just killed the planet and everyone's dead. So, how ultimately, like, Kotaro went to some kind of war zone in post-apo environment? Like, how? Like, what? I hear a yawn. Beside me, Senria kinda looks sleepy. Actually, she's pretty much half asleep. I have to prop her up, so she doesn't just fall over to the side. I can take my eyes off her. Taking care of the kid sure is rough. So he doesn't remember her as well. I think he doesn't remember her. So, in the beginning, when I thought like he had memories of the previous like timelines, I was wrong. Because, yeah, right, sorry about that. Because in the beginning I assumed this is like the beginning of the road, but it was like the end outcome. So he was talking about past of this Fury, of this timeline. Not about like, I remember things from, you know, the different Fury. Because this Fury is totally separate from the other, so he have no way of knowing, you know, the previous lives. It's totally separate timeline. So yeah, he have no idea who it is, and he doesn't remember the past. Okay. He just talked about the past as this timeline. I just realized that. I'm not good with asking questions. Speaking in front of the crowd is pain and suffering for me. Why? What question? I have no questions. My mom sitting beside me suddenly pressures me to ask a question. I want to click my tongue in annoyance.
よくない。準備なさいって言ったでしょ。
To prepare for what?
ほら手を挙げて
I'm so like what? Why you force him into like asking some random ass questions?
いいって。
She grabs my arm and yank it away as hard as I
うち
can.
の子ならうちのルールに従って小太郎
My mom raises her voice at me in the warning, perhaps losing her temper. Several people also turn their heads in my direction. How mortifying. It sucks thinking that kid my age and Miss Ego heard all that. Why won't you just leave me alone? My immature anger swells at how unjust I'm being treated. I'm driven by my dark, muddled emotions. I raise my hand to get called upon. The researcher leading the discussion hands me the microphone. I take it, still tingled with a little guilt as I shout.
を守るためには人間なんて邪魔だってことだろ。
Akane looks up at me in astonishment. Okay. My cheeks hurt. As I sit alone in the chair in the lobby, Miss Iko takes a seat beside me.
ありがとうね赤どうしたの
いや、
After the meeting, my parents and I were called to the professor's office. They didn't give me a verbal lashing or anything like that. The fact that I was a kid should also have been a factor for him to overlook it. If anything, he actually supported me, telling my parents that they should speak more so that they don't push their child too hard. It was a lukewarm sort of laugh. The sort of laugh that anyone would get if they asked for it. Even after that little show of defiance, I didn't receive any punishment. Despite that, I still wasn't satisfied.
合同研究の時の博士に怒られたかな
全然。親は怒られてたけど。
Well, you wanted me to ask a question.
疲れた。
あらまあ
もう来たくないかも。マーテルの話って聞いててイライラしてくる。
どうしてそう感じるの
わかんないけど、人間の欠点ばかり話してて聞いててへこむ。
なるほどねそうね小太郎くんの言ったことね
え
自然にとって人間の活動から受ける恩恵なんてない
Yeah, true.
人間はちょっと自然から離れすぎちゃったから
よくわからないよ。
人は環境を汚染し続けているから近いうちに地球は人間の住める場所じゃなくなる
Also, this is crazy how like humans are like not benefiting really environment. Like they try to benefit it, but it's not really working. Like in like long term, right? And at the same time, they are part of the nature. Like this is like nature is just self-destructing.
マーテルでも自然保護の運動はしているけどこの流れは止められないと言われているわね小太郎くんは辛いことってある
ある。
Far too many times to count. But there's just one thing I really want. People who lack sense of fulfillment will continue to find satisfaction in the smallest
もう
things.
すぐその辛いことが全部なくなるとしたらどう
Okay.
いや嬉しいけど。
それを自然の均衡が決めてくれるのよ
それって
Miss Iko smiles, her face completely devoid of darkness, shining unnaturally, as if illuminated from all sides at
ど
once.
うしようもないことなんだでもね小太郎くんその後もちゃんと命は続いていくんだよ
Okay.
私たちではない別の命かもしれないそれって気が楽でよく
She places her hand atop my head. Her dry, rough fingers that have raised many children confronted me as she ruffles my hair. The traces of worry I had leave my body, stolen away by her gentle, soothing touch. Martel teachings teeter towards a sentiment of resignation. It sounds as if they're urging me to just give up. And yet, Masiko is so cheerful. She doesn't complain or whine at all. She's such a respectable person. I believe that she's a strong person. Okay. We are going back home. Oh, we have the serious semi-battle music. Interesting. Okay. My parents are often away from home for long periods of time. Is that something decent parents ought to be doing? Both of them are working as researchers in the Martel affiliated company. The jobs don't afford them much free time. That shouldn't be enough of the reason though. I never spoke with them about it, but the main reason is that my parents and I are just at odds with each other. It's not that we're fighting, but we just aren't meshing well. We are headed in different directions. The divine within us only continues to grow with age. At this point, we are already learned to simply leave the other be. When you live alone in a big house like this, you sometimes get anxiety attacks, or your chest starts tighten up. It feels as if the entire world is leaving you behind. School, family, and Martel. I've been in so many different environments, but none of them have felt right to me. It was depression that drove me to such a radical action.
逃がすかよ。
Oh? What do you mean? I don't ever let even the smallest sound slip my by. I chase after it. They are fast. Okay. Who are you chasing? Is like that normal for you to chase something that's just like being in the bush? Huh? I can't even catch them visually. The faint presence disappears into the school building. What are you? I head in without hesitation. A school whose name I don't even know. Yeah, that's his old school, but he doesn't know because he never actually participated in the school in this timeline. A chilly night air mixes with my own tension, filling me with a grim thrill. I can leave my shoe prints here. I change into gym shoes that I brought with me. What a convenience. I chase after the presence. I didn't exactly see what it looked like, but I'm convinced it's just what I think it is. Okay. Which is? Basically, it lurks in places where people don't normally look, moving around only within dark areas. There are times when it just outright vanishes, like it teleports somewhere else. Okay, so sounds like familiar. But after being dragged so relentlessly, it will eventually start to fight back. I can't help but suppress a chuckle. This is a thrilling, dangerous game. I can do anything at all. This is like very dangerous overconfidence. I have all the power I need at my fingertips. All the classrooms are closed, but the door to the girls' toilet is half open. I place my hand on the door and slowly push it open. A pointed silhouette shoots out like an arrow from within the darkness. Is this the, like, Gil or Pani? I immediately jump back. I grab the snake-like shadow and slam it against the wall. Okay, never mind. The weight against my toes brings me closer and closer to the high. I check the thing that's lying on the floor.
鉄ワームか。
What? It's a cryptid that I've hunted countless times before. Okay, so that was like normal occurrence for you. Okay, so familiars are a thing as well. Those things are strange animals that you can find in reference book, creatures that yet to be discovered. These things are found in abundance all over Kazamatsuri. I was the one who named them blood-sucking worms. These are worm-like creatures that look like a cigar turned into a living being. They reach dozens of centimeters in length. I couldn't find anything that looked like eyes or a nose, but it has a sharp proboscis. It resembles a snake, but it moves much faster. Also, this version of Kotaro is much more like, his confidence is so high that he's just like having no problem. He's just like going on a hunt for familiars. Because he's like, yeah, I can do whatever I want. Instead of like, you know, I don't want to do this. I would be too strong and I have no confidence in myself. As it can leap as fast as the grasshopper and can even swim underwater. A year ago, there was the case where someone died after being lanced right through their neck. 4 years before that, a similar case occurred, but neither of the killers were ever caught. Those cases particularly stuck in my mind, especially because of how bizarre they were. This thing was the culprit. This is how this thing works. The worm easily sneaks into the house, sticking its proboscis into the neck of its victim. Injects anticoagulant and makes sure their blood doesn't clot. The chemical it injects also contains some kind of the anesthesia so the victim can't move. It breaks down in the mere 30 minutes. After that, it leaves no trace. In the meantime, the worm sucks blood until the victim dies. Jesus. Its bodily tissues are extremely hygroscopic. They puff up like sponge as it soaks up in the blood. Even a worm this small can manage to suck out enough blood to kill a person. It's an incredibly dangerous creature. We can't allow it to roam free. The Earth is being targeted. We need to help the Earth rescue. We need to help the Earth rescue hunter. Okay? That's where I come in. Every night I hunt these cryptids. This is my secret pastime, to fill the void in my heart. Interesting. He really became a hunter for the familiars. So this is like... So this is interesting, like, part of him is like he said, like he's like in between worlds now. Some want to change himself and one part want to change him, like, the world. So he's a little bit into the Martel group and what they're saying. Like it's like boring to him and stuff, but he's still into, like, you know, saving a planet and stuff. And at the same time, he has something of the guardian in himself as well. I kick the worm around, it withers and squirms on the ground. I've taken out countless ones like these. They creep me out at first, but they ain't no big deal once you get used to them. Even now, I'm already bored of dealing with these things. Oh? I expose a bit of bare skin on my arm, taunting the worm. The worm flexes its body, sticking out its head and it jumps like a spring. The needle pierces my skin. Okay. So... why you do that? It doesn't really hurt. My body become all accustomed to extreme pain. Starting from the tip going downwards, the worm is slowly dyed into reddish brown. It's because it's sucking blood. Only the torso swells up while the head and tails remain the same size. Its suction is powerful. If I just watched Idli, I'd probably pass out after a few minutes. With the blood being drained out of me, my body starts getting the chills. Once I give the order, it stops sucking blood. Wait, what? The worm expands and contracts its body. It's acting like a pump, trying to increase the suction pressure. It can suck. I'm not letting it. Wait, what? In any case, the inside of the worm seriously hurts. I shouldn't play around too much. I focus my consciousness. The worm squirms about in panic, but it's too late. From within his body, countless needles thrust out in all directions. Oh shit! Did he just like... So he still have Aurora power. So maybe, yeah, so he doesn't have a rewrite ability. He have Aurora power in this universe. He just fed the worm Aurora basically, because Aurora is in his blood. And he just manipulated the Aurora from within the body of the guy. Holy shit, okay. Wow. Yo! The worm convulses for a while, but then eventually melts into nothing. I beat it. I feel just a little lightheaded when I stand up. Adding to my fatigue, I did lose quite a bit of blood there. I wipe blood off the wound. After reinforcing the damaged blood vessels under my skin, I reconnect them. You can do that as well? Holy crap. I should naturally recover on their own. Okay, Kotaro. That's as far as my power can go. I don't really know how it works either. Before I knew it, I could control my blood. Yeah, you're a bloodbender. The worm is now nothing but dust. So, he can't really use the Aurora Blade or anything. At least not yet. Maybe he will not be able to. But he still can, like, manipulate the blood, so yeah. It's still within the, like, Aurora, like, thing. Possibility. So, Yeah, if like he cannot like create a blade or anything, then yeah, to like kill this this cryptid, he would have to actually let it suck his blood. Yeah. If he can't like forge weapons or anything at this point yet. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I was like wondering like why couldn't you just like, you know, just swing it with the blade? Now it kinda makes more sense. The orb is nothing but dust now. With these cryptids, killing them doesn't leave a corpse. All that's left are chunks of coagulated blood. I collect them in the bag I brought with me. That's gonna be a ruckus if they find pools of blood all over the place. Hunting cryptids is a dangerous proposition. But it has to be dangerous, otherwise I wouldn't be able to vent. Yeah. He's trying to like rescue the earth and at the same time. Oh my god. You're like both. Guardian and Gaia in himself at the same time. The Earth Rescue Hunter, Tennoji Kotaro. It's a hollow, self-assigned moniker with no real meaning. Though I try not to think about that fact. Okay. And now we are in the forest, huh? I've learned that the forest is teeming with these cryptids. Okay, we're going for the hunt into the forest now. The Earth Rescue Hunter shifts his area of operations to the forest. It's the perfect location, since I can go all out without having to worry about people seeing me. I corner the cryptid and take it down. I went a bit of a frenzy, convinced that I could do anything. I started skipping school more often. It's because I began going out on those late night adventures much more frequently. Okay. This is so different. Sorry, I forgot to unlock my camera. Okay, I'm back. Hello. It's because I began going out. Yeah, Martel meetings were the only times I could get a break from my parents. Apart from that, they never said anything to me. Chasing after cryptids, hunting down cryptids. I'd go to school in the day, then go to the forest at night to take out those monsters. Nothing feels real anymore. It is what I mean by going off the rails. Without finding the answer to that question, my skills as the hunter only continued to grow. Okay. At my feet, a giant beetle-type cryptid crumbles to dust. It only takes 30 centimeters long. It's only about 30 centimeters long, but it has an annoying attack where it rams you like cannonball, a real pain to fight. I rub my shoulders. It only gazed me, but I managed to rip flesh off my body. Wait, what? If this thing actually hit me straight on, I'd definitely break a bone. Okay. I don't feel that sense of exhilaration. Maybe it's because I messed up there. All I have is this muddled sense of tiredness. I'm still no hero. I need even more power. Wow. Power-hungry Kotaro is something else. Like, just power-hungry Kotaro. Power fit for an Earth Rescue Hunter. The forest seems to be kind of evolutionary playground. There are all sorts of undiscovered species. They came in all sizes, small and large. Some of them bear a strong resemblance to another animal, while other looks entirely different from anything else that exists. Some have camouflaged to blend in with their surroundings, while the others looks especially poisonous. And of course, they are weak and the strong. I need to execute precise attacks delivered with the necessary strength. I also don't remember at what age Kotori parents died. Is Kotori at this point in time, because we know like Akane is in the orphanage and she's like actually a child and like she cannot really speak. So I wonder if like around the same time like we are here now, as like Kotori already having her like druidic powers and she already like preparing her parents as to be her familiars, or it's not the time yet. Did that happen later? I forgot like at what time time point it happened for Kotori? She said it was a long time ago, but I don't remember exactly if we know how long time ago. I need to execute precise attacks, delivered with the necessary strength. To achieve that, not only do I need power and speed, but also dexterity. Basically, I need to boost my dex stat. Doing that has become sort of a ritual.
少し素早く
Okay, so you do have rewrite ability. So we have both. Okay. So you have like naturally inherited rewrite ability and Aurora ability. But Aurora is not fully developed, and it doesn't seem like you have a limit here. At least, you know, like in this road we don't have like the clock anywhere. So can he just like actually just boost himself like to whatever degree he wants? Is that actually a thing? Like he can like actually be just actually a being that can like actually survive anything? I wonder like what the limits are of this Kotaro. I wish for it strongly. From a mental image of my new ideal self, with my imagination, I supplement my current self with the power that I
瞬
need.
発力とセンス
I squeeze my eyes shut and concentrate. Yeah. I wonder what are his limits in this road. After about a minute of concentration, I feel a part of something deep within me vanish. That which vanishes and turns into the strength of vitality, seeping onto every cell of my body. Like, he doesn't care here if he stopped becoming human. He's just like full of himself and hungry for power, and he's like, yeah, I'm built different. I'm built different. I'm just awesome. I can do whatever I want. This is such different Kotaro. It changes shape into something like a vine, entangling and assimilating in my bones, my blood vessels, and my nerves. Just as I wished, myself is strengthened. In actuality, this isn't just some kind of charm. It's something I can actually refer to as a superpower. I'm not sure if it's real or if I'm just hearing things, but my semi-circular canals are buzzing. The smell of the forest intensifies, I choke. My senses grow stronger, I can perceive more and more things than I could before. It takes a few days for me to get used to the increase in sensory information. Okay, and now a few days later, it's time to put this to the test. I jump off the ground and then kick off the tree right in front of me. It's a triangle jump, otherwise known as the wall jump. I can't believe just how high in the air I am. I'm at least several meters off the ground. My body slowly tilts forward. If I don't do anything, I will probably hit the ground on my back. I stretch my legs out like the clock hands, gaining centrifugal force and stabilizing my center of gravity. My control is now perfect. I spin like the cartwheel and free fall without breaking my stance. This is a lot of airtime, but that's because I'm jumping even higher than I had before. I land safely. Both my legs are starting raging to go. Breathing with confidence, I head straight to the next tree and jump off that. The next moment, I'm swinging off a branch that I could never have reached while on the ground. I can get as strong as I want. I don't even need to put in the effort. This is the sort of strength that wouldn't be any use in living in this world. I can't participate in sports either. Otherwise, I will cause a huge commotion. I'm different from people. I'm superior to people. Yeah, this Kotaro is insane. And I love it. Oh my god, this version of Kotaro is my favorite version of Kotaro probably. Maybe because like it's probably my favorite version of Kotaro just because how different it is from what we used to see over and over in Rewrite, you know? This is such a fresh air. I'm very curious where this is going. I mean, we know where this is ending, right? In the post-apocalyptic world where Kotaro is like in super power force, like peacekeepers force, finding of terrorists. But holy crap, This is such a different mentality. When he have like no one around to be with him. When he like not caring about anyone. You know? He's not like... Because if he was like with like, you know, Kotori and Akane, Shizuru, everyone that is like in the ORS, and he had friends, he was scared that they would find out that he's superhuman and they will leave him basically. But here he's alone and he doesn't give a fuck. I love it. It's still sad that he's like missing everyone, but this is so different. The mere fact gives me a dark sort of pleasure.
風に隠れてずっと生きていくのか。
Is like Kotaro going to be villain or something? Nah, I mean in the future he's like good guy, so... My chest tightens up. I desperately try not to think about it. Wouldn't want to waste the buzz I'm feeling right now. I leap out the branch and run through the forest. Sprinting from tree to tree, I feel a sense of speed that I've never experienced before as I dash through. Unknowingly, the corners of my mouth curl upwards. Oh, I guess I'm smiling. Is it out of joy or am I laughing at myself? I don't know, and I don't want to think about it. I just have to keep running until I forget. I have to run myself to the ground until I'm absolutely exhausted. What stops me in my tracks isn't exhaustion though. I find a faint light hidden within the
誰
woods.
かキャンプでもしてんのか。
Okay. A weak light leaks through the gaps between the trees. Rather than caution, my sense of curiosity wins me over. Okay, who's there? Scrambling through the grass and shrubbery, I approach the source of the light. This corner of the forest is dense with the greenery. Okay, this is the place where, like, in a different timeline, Kotori had her camp, right? And this was the well of power. Still, the grove is abnormal dense. Not only that, there's something unusual about it. I strain my eyes. As long as there's even a bit of light, the forest at night isn't any problem for me. After parting the last bush, I see giant sprout before my eyes. I'm speechless. Okay. The wood is aglow with a faint phosphorescent light. It's like a tale of the bamboo cutter. An old man finds a shrinking stalk, shining stalk of bamboo in the mountains. The plant is big, green bud, fresh and tough, but I don't even know what kind of plant it is. Okay, this is interesting. Then, like, on the moon, when Kagari was, like, doing this, like, implanting this new fury, she became a bud in the beginning, right? And she grew into a tree. Is this, like, the original, like, is this, like, this word line, this fury line version of Kagari, like the original? She's like starting to grow, like planet is basically waking up, you know, after years. It's like the first time maybe, or maybe it's actually approaching the time when because like, yeah, like Kagari the key is like a familiar from the planet, right? And she's like planet give birth to her basically. So this bot might be like grow up to be Kagari actually. Huh. So this is like how the beginning of the key looks like, I think. Huh. Let's see. How this will go. Is Kagari on Earth in this timeline going to bring a destruction or not? What's going to be the judgment? The body itself emits a pale white light. I reach out and touch it. It's cold. Just because it's glowing doesn't mean it's warm, I suppose. It's cold kind of light. It's the staff of the fantasy and mystery. Things that we've mostly lost ever since this planet was dominated by science. Once in a blue moon, though, things like these get discovered. I'm already human. I can't go back there. I'm already human. I can't go back there anymore. What? What do you mean? I can melt away and go back into those happy fantasies. Wait, I'm confused. Once in a blue moon. I'm already a human. I can't go back there anymore. Are you actually having memories from the moon road? Or this is like your like some subconsciousness? Are you sure you don't have memories from the moon? I'm so confused. No matter how many creatures I hunt down, I can't run away from the taint of reality. That very thought makes me want to hurl. No, that I do, of course, but I let loose something that's just as nasty. But I let loose something.
溶けてなくなっちまえばいい。
Okay. I cry. Once the tears subside, I can no longer find the shining bud. I am so confused right now. What could Terra meant? Wait, what? I watch the people on stage as they speak. Everything goes one ear and out the other. Nothing from Martel lectures really sticks in my memory. Okay, so we are on another Martel group talk, and we are going to see this in the next episode. You can let me know in the comments how do you understand the ending here of this episode, because I'm kinda confused. Should I know what he means, or is it supposed to be confusing and I'm not supposed to know yet? Anyway, thank you for watching. Very interesting start of the Terra Road. I think I enjoy it more than Moon Road, at least for now, because how vastly different it is from everything we've said so far. It really is like totally separated life theory that Kagari made than everything else. Everything else were just branches of the same thing. Even the Moon Road, it was connected to these branches. But this is totally different. I'm very curious how we end up on this post-apocalyptic world at the end. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Click the like button if you liked the episode. Subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for a Pocket Watch, let's gang out.